Hello students, welcome to your channel. Please like, share and subscribe your own channel, School Studies. School Studies is pleased to announce the launch of our educational website, Patel Section. After years of hard work and dedication, we are delighted to officially announce the launch. Our goal with this website is to provide our students with an easier way to learn their lesson and prepare for exams. So today we will see a video related to GSEB solution class 9 social science chapter 2 First World War and Russian Revolution question 1. So let's solve question 1 of your textbook. The first question is discuss the process of establishment of colonies in the West Europe, Asia and Africa. So establishment of colonies in West Europe. The Western Europe countries wanted to expand their empire in Asia, Africa. They did not spare even their neighboring countries. Spain had taken control over Netherlands, Belgium and Luxembourg. Portugal came under the rule of Spanish king because of his blood relation. Italy and German states become the victim of the greed of the France and Austria. When European powers were lightening their grip over the Asian African nations, many of the European nations which had become free following the footsteps of England had many of the Afro-Asian nations their colonies. Next, colonialism in Asia. After strengthening its grip over India, England expanded its empire to Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Singapore and Malaysia. England entered China also and imposing trade of opium upon China. This led to Opium War. China lost war and thereby lost 5 of its ports to England, where England carried on its trade and thus expanded their empire. Due to the weakness of China, Japan, Russia, Germany, France, Belgium and America also acquired trade and political rights. Due to the innumerous oil resources of West Asia, Europeans established colonies there. England, Germany, Russia, America established oil companies in Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. Colonies in Africa. The Dutch established its colony for the first time at the end of 15th century in South Africa. England and France established the colonies in Cape and Algeria in North Africa. King Leopold of Belgium seized the vast provinces of Congo and established his rule. England established its colonies in Egypt, some provinces of East Africa and some of South Africa. France established its colonies in Tunisia, Morocco and West Africa provinces. Germany established its empire in some provision of East and West Africa. Italy captured the African provision around the Red Sea. After the end of Berlin Conference, the African territories were divided among the European nations. Second question. Explain the factors responsible for the First World War. So the factors which are the main cause responsible for the First World War are Frankfurt Treaty. It was a peace treaty signed in Frankfurt on 10th May 1871. At the end of Franco-Prussian War, in this war Germany had defeated France and compelled France to sign the Frankfurt Treaty, according to which France had to pay a war fine as well as gave away 2 of its provisions, Lorraine and Lasque, to Germany. France had not been able to overcome this humiliation. Thus, Frankfurt Treaty itself was the cause of First World War. Next, economic factors which are the cause of the First World War. So, England had established its vast empire in Asia and Africa in the 19th century by exploiting its colonies economically. Due to industrialization and colonization, Europe acquired huge quantity of raw material. In the last quarter of the 19th century, Germany had started the competition to produce the markets in Asia and Africa. It had started supplying cheaper goods in comparison to England and France. It broke up the market of England and France. Thus, there was an intense economic competition between Germany and England. Militarism. Military force was necessary and important for the competition that the European nation got into for expansion. England, France, Austria, Russia, etc. had begun expanding their military power. Countries like Japan, Italy, and Germany, compulsory military training had started. Production of weapons was increased due to the pretext of self defense. Thus, militarism got an impetuous and military competition added to economic competition created to a serious atmosphere of war. Next, groupism, secret treaties. Groupism and secret treaties played an major role in the First World War. The world was divided into two groups before the First World War. On one side was the group of Germany, Austria, Hungary, Bulgaria, Turkey, while on the other side was the group of England, France, Russia, and Japan. A feeling of jealousy, enmity, mistrust, fear, and hatred evolved between the groups, which was an important factor for the First World War. Feeling of Franz nationalism. The independence of Belgium and Greece and the unification of Germany and Italy were the result of nationalism. The feeling of nationalism took an extreme and narrow form in Europe. Economic jealousies, competitions, and colonialism in Europe had increased so much that the national interests of each other began to clash. Leading European nations began teaching extreme and destructive nationalism to its people. Love for own nation and hatred or the other nation was encouraged. The German chief Kaiser Wilhelm wanted to get things done according to his will with the help of his grand military power. The feeling of war spread across other nations. Role of newspaper. The newspaper of European nations around so much of hatred among people with their mutual, derogatory, provocative, and exaggerated and false write-ups by spitting venom against rival nations that the rulers of the respective nations could not even make efforts of establishing peace and harmony. Philosophy about war. The policy of war is warfare took root in Europe. Trotsky published maxiom like only one mighty deserve to live and the war alone is the national need. Nietzsche, the German writer, expressed war as a scared work. Immediate cause. The Prince of Austria and his wife were assassinated by being shot at by a member of the Serbian terrorist organization Black Hand. Austria blamed Serbia for the involvement in the act and gave an ultimatum to hand over the culprit to Austria within 48 hours. Serbia declared its ignorance in the matter. Thus, Austria declared war on Serbia and the First World War had begun on the 1st August 1914. Next question. Mention the effects of First World War. Now, during the war, the production of things of basic necessity had reduced. Thus, problems like scarcity, unemployment, starvation, strike, lockout, etc. raised. People suffered a lot and children conditions was pathetic. At the end of the First World War, Germany unconditionally surrenders in front of the allied nation and as a result the Treaty of Versailles took place. Thus the war ended. In Paris, peace process started between allied nations. 58 commissions and 145 sessions were organized. The agreement was made with Germany in Mirror Palace of Versailles. Thus it is called the Treaty of Versailles. Following provisions were made in the Treaty of Versailles: religion arrangement, reduction in troops and disarmament, the arrangement of distribution of gains at the end of the war and war fine. Germany was found responsible for the war. A war fine of 6.5 billion pounds were imposed on Germany. It had to give away the Ruhr region to France. In its Rhine River had to be opened for the international sea route. The Rhineland region on France's border was disallowed from being a fortress. Mineral-rich regions was given away to France for 15 years. Most of the German organizations were confiscated. Alsace and Lorraine were to be returned to France. Germany was to give France and other allied nations a large quantity of coal and iron annually as a benefits of war. Germany, who had to sign these terms and conditions on gunpoint and forcefully, because of which there were bitterness and disapprobation amongst Germans. Long-term effect. Treaty of Versailles could not create the feeling of peace. Due to it, the feeling of revenge was generated among the defeated nations. Socialist Russia was not given a place in the Leagues of Nations. America did not join the Leagues of Nations. Thus, this peace process itself became responsible for the Second World War. So this was chapter 2 of NCERT solution for this was chapter 2 of GSEB solution for class 9 social science question 1. I hope you like my video. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you. Please leave comment, question or doubts in comment section if you have any, or you can drop a mail to us. You will find my email ID at the end of this video. You can join us on Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, connect us on LinkedIn or tweet us on Twitter. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.